We are unable to see the crisis in our lives with all our senses, as you put it. Consequently, we are in endless misery. How can we gather our entire energy and see what is? We are unable to see the crises in our lives with all our senses, as you put it, as speaker puts it. Consequently, we are in endless misery, and how can we gather our entire energy to see what is? Right? This is the question. You have understood the question? Why do you say, as you put it? Why are you concerned what the speaker has said? You understand? What's important? What you think, what you feel. Burn all the books, including the speakers, and look. The question is, we have crises in our lives, and we are unable to solve them or meet them correctly. And so we are in endless misery. How can we gather this tremendous energy necessary to meet this crisis? You said that's the question. Where is the crisis? Crisis economically, socially, politically, religiously. Is it out there or in us? Where is the crisis? Tell me. We like to think crisis is out there.
The crisis is only in our mind, I think so.
Yes, sir, that is in your own consciousness, in your own being first. Is that so? You understand? We say, no, it's not out there. So where is it? If it isn't out there, it must be in you. Therefore, you are the crisis. Right? Do you accept that? You, as a human being, are the real crisis. Not politics, not war, not the crisis in business, or in technology, or in chemistry, but you as a human being are the crisis. Have you listened to what I said, sir? I'm not trying to suppress you, sir. I asked you a question, which is the crisis in you or in the world outside there? If it is in you, you are the crisis. See that, sir? Human beings are the crisis.
The absence of them will
What?
solve the crisis.
What?
Absence of them will solve the crisis.
What?
The absence of human beings You solve the question.
Absence of human beings. It's a clever remark. You're not facing the fact. See how we, what am I to do, sir? The crisis is both in the world and in us. The crisis in the world, we have created it. So it's a crisis outwardly and inwardly. And the outer crisis is the product of human beings, the result of politicians who represent the voters. Not in the communist world, totalitarian world. In the democratic world, the crisis is created by every human being in electing their presidents, their prime ministers, their chief ministers, and so on, so on, so on. So you, as a human being, are responsible for the immense crisis that we are facing. You may not want to look at it. You say, no, it is happening somehow. I'm not responsible for it. But each one of us is responsible for it. Right? Do you see the fact of it? Do you see the truth of it? Do you? If you don't, the speaker can't do anything about it. But if you do, let's talk about it. Let's investigate it. Not taking sides, which means to investigate it, you cannot have any prejudice, any bias, any opinion. A brain must be free of its prejudices to understand, to investigate. If the scientist is exploring matter, he cannot have preconceptions about it. He cannot have some conclusions about it. If he has, then his conclusions interfere with his investigation, right? So he must be free from conclusion to find out what is matter. So we must see the crisis is in us. We have made this world, not the nature, not the tree, thank God, not the tiger, not the deer, but we have made the social world, the world in which we live, competition, all that's going on in the world. So the society in which we live is created by us. That society cannot be changed by legislation, by more and more and more laws, more and more lawyers, more and more better politicians. That society can be changed only by each one of us radically changing. That's a fact. If you don't want to change society, if you want to remain as you are, you're perfectly welcome. I'm not inviting you. That's what you're going to do when you leave this place. You may all shake your head and agree and say how marvelous everything is, but the moment you step out of the gate, you're back in your old world. So Kat, the question is, what will make you change? You have suffered endlessly. You have had problems upon problems, pain upon pain, conflict, endless. What will make you change all that? More reward, more punishment, more hell and more heaven, all that has been offered before, but you haven't changed. I know you smile, I know you say yes, that is so. So what will you do to change? So you ask, how am I, tell me, how am I to change? So which means what? You want a system to help you to change, right? Have you noticed that all systems, whether democratic system, communist system, a religious system, the system of meditation, are inherently contain in themselves degeneration. Right? Have you noticed this? All systems, don't say my system is different. All systems contain in themselves a wastage of energy, which is entropy. So I'm using the scientific word. So, the question is, how to gather, not how, is it possible to gather all your energy and face something? How do you get, the question says, in what manner, you aren't getting tired? I see people yawning. Sorry. If you're tired, I'll stop. I don't mind. I'm not insulted. But if you're interested, we'll go on. Go on with your question. Not just let me talk and you just shake your head. Question, back and forth. In what manner can I gather this energy which I'm wasting? Not sexually only. Energy which I need to face this crisis which I have created. You understand? And the questioner quotes the speaker saying that we must use all our senses. Now, we're going to discuss that for a little. Question and answer. I don't tell you, and you don't tell me. We're questioning each other. So there is no authority, there is no disciple, there is no follower. We are questioning each other. We use only partially our senses. Right? That's a fact. Either you hear only with your ears, but you don't listen. Right? See the difference? I hear what you're saying, but I don't listen to the depth of what you're saying. Which is, I listen And the very listening is bringing a change. But if I merely hear, it's passing wind, words. So we use partially our senses. We never use all our senses at the same moment. Right? Have you noticed this? Oh, for God. Right? We never use all our senses. Which means we never are completely attentive, completely giving all our attention, which I'm doing now, only you are not doing it. Do you understand? That is, when I use all my senses, when I look at something, there is that marvelous sea, wave upon wave, the blue waters. If you look at that sea with all your senses, there is no center as the me looking. I wonder if you understand. Right, sir? It's only the partial sense, only when partial senses are operating, there is the sense of the me. Have you noticed that?
Can all your senses listen to the bird's noise? The bird's sound. Can all your senses listen to it?
I am. I'm listening to you with all my senses. Sir, I'm asking, you've asked?
Can you see the sound, sir? You said all the senses.
You've said something, sir. Can you listen to that bird attentively? Huh? Are you listening to that crow attentively?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean?
What should it mean?
Oh, no.
My brain is dead, sir.
I must go on. I see you get dissipated. I'm just asking you, most respectfully, have you ever looked at anything with all your senses? You have never done it. What's that?
Feeling of touch, the senses of touch.
What? Please, sir.
They seem to think when you are looking at something, you are also hearing it and feeling it and all that.
So, please just listen to. I put a question. Which is, have you listened or seen or felt with all your senses? Find out. I'm not saying you have or you have not. I said, discover for yourself what it means to listen to that crow, to listen to your wife, which is much more important than the crow. Listen to your husband and listen with all your energy, which means all your senses alert. Not sexual senses, not merely this sensory response, but the whole totality of your energy. You know,
Never do it.
one has probably never done it. I'm not criticizing, I'm not telling you you are not done it, but probably you have not done it. And if you do it, then you will discover something extraordinary for yourself. That for that moment, there's completely no problem. No conflict. Because you are so tremendously alive, tremendously attentive. It's only not being able to attend that creates the problem. But if you are attentive to what you say, to what you think, and see the division between your thinking and your action, say one thing and do another, which you're all so beautifully trained.
So a man has been
Sir, just a minute, sir. I'm
Letting complete.
what's that?
Man has been starving for many days. Is it possible for him to put all his senses?
Of course not, sir. Are you putting, don't bother about the man who has not had enough food. You see how that's a wastage of energy. You talk about a man who has no food for 3 days. Whereas you are the crisis, not that poor chap. So, sir, first discover for yourself how we waste our energy. Chattering, endless chattering. Talking endlessly about Gita, philosophy, what the Buddha said, and the counter. You follow? Chattering, chattering, chattering. Quarreling. Conflict. Struggling. All this wastage of energy. When all that stops, you have a tremendous energy. And the brain becomes extraordinarily alive. Not dead. And so, to have this tremendous energy, which is to have passion, not lust, passion. You require a great deal of inquiry, not separate action from what you think and what you feel. So that we live a life that is healthy, sane, normal, and go beyond that. Sorry.